Hey, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, your roadway to, you know it, English proficiency. Hey, glad to have you with me today. It's a beautiful day out today, and I want to let you know that we got our roof replaced. They came by Monday and Tuesday. Monday they tore all the shingles off the old roof and put down some underlayment or some protective a layer. Tuesday they came in and they put the new roof on, so we're in business. We're ready to go for another 25, 30 years, hopefully. Cross your fingers. So I'm glad to tell you that, and I was glad to get that out of the way, get that finished or get that done. So, before I jump into today's episode, there are 3 things you can do for me. Subscribe to the channel, hey, like the video, and 3, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit from these videos too, just like you. All right, I'm going to go over some more English expressions, and these are expressions that I put together because sometimes I'm thinking about things and I hear an expression on TV, or I might use an expression, or somebody says something to me and I say, hey, that's a cool expression, that's a neat expression. The viewers on Learn Everyday English would probably like to know about this expression, so I make a note of it in my cell phone in the notes, and I've accumulated quite a few words and expressions, and I put that together and going to go over some of them with you today. And so a lot of these are very common, and hopefully you'll find these beneficial, and you can maybe use these in your English conversations. So without further ado, which means without waiting any longer, let's go. The first expression is from the get-go. From the get-go. Have you heard that before? And from the get-go means from the beginning, or like from the very beginning. So I'm going to give you an example sentence, and its sentence is this. Say you're learning English, and you say, I wish I would have started trying to speak in English from the get-go rather than waiting a year. I wish I would have started trying to speak English from the get-go rather than waiting a year. That means, a lot of people wait before they actually start conversation or having conversations in English because maybe they want to learn grammar. They don't feel comfortable. They're nervous. They're scared. So there's two fields of thought on this. Some people say you should wait before you start speaking a new language, or some people say, no, you should start speaking immediately, or from the get-go, from the very beginning. The second expression is have a good one, have a good one, have a good one. Have you heard that before? Have a good one just basically means, hey, have a good day, have a good day. Or maybe have a good evening, have a good night, whatever time of day it is. Say you meet somebody, and here's an example sentence. Hey, it was nice bumping into you today and chatting. Have a good one. Have a good one. You're saying goodbye to somebody, so you say, have a good one. Again, the sentence is this. Hey, it was nice bumping into you today and chatting. Have a good one. Have a good one. Like, hey, have a good day. And there's maybe some other expressions or words in that sentence that you might find new, so I'm going to go over those now. To bump into someone, has 2 meanings. It can mean to, like in this example sentence, you randomly meet someone you're not expecting to meet, but you meet them or you see them somewhere. That means you bumped into them, not physically bumped into them, but you just happened to meet them kind of unexpectedly. The second the meaning of bump into can actually mean to bump into or to hit, kind of usually accidentally. You're walking and someone hits you or you hit somebody else. That means you bumped into them physically or accidentally, but it was a physical, say, confrontation, altercation. Here, two sentences. One is a physical, bumping into. I bumped into your car as I was backing up. I'm so sorry. I bumped into your car as I was backing up. I'm so sorry. Or as I was backing up my car, I bumped into this other person's car. Here's another example sentence with bumped into, like meeting a person unexpectedly. And I might tell this to my wife. Hey, guess who I bumped into today? John Robinson, our classmate in high school. Guess who I bumped into today? Like, guess who I met by chance? It was John Robinson, our classmate in high school. The next word or phrase is to chat or to chit-chat. Chit-chat. To chat or to chit-chat means to talk or have a conversation. To talk or have a conversation. Here are two example sentences. Hey, John, the boss wants to have a little chat with you about your attendance. Hey, John, the boss wants to have a little chat with you about your attendance. Uh-oh. That's usually not good, right? When the boss wants to have a chat with you about your attendance. The second example sentence is this. We didn't talk about much, just idle chit-chat. We didn't talk about much, just idle chit-chat. Idle chit-chat means like it's no specific topic, nothing really serious. You're just talking about, say, day-to-day things. Hey, how was your day? Well, my day was fine. Hey, what did you do over the weekend? I went to the movies. I went to see my girlfriend. I went to visit my parents. So that's kind of idle chit-chat. Nothing really specific or really major. Okay, the next phrase is you feel me? You feel me? Or you feel me? Instead of saying you, sometimes we say yeah. You feel me? Question mark. And that means, do you understand or agree with what I'm saying? Do you understand or agree with what I'm saying? For example, there's two example sentences for this. The first one is this. Learning English is so hard. I don't know if I can do it anymore. You feel me? Learning English is so hard. I don't know if I can do it anymore. You feel me? Like, hey, do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you stand do you stand my feelings on this? Do you agree? And here's a second example sentence. My girlfriend dumped me for another guy. That's so cold. You feel me? My girlfriend dumped me for another guy. That's so cold. You feel me? So this may have other phrases in this sentence that you don't know. To dump someone means to break up with someone or to stop seeing someone. So we say, she dumped me, or I got dumped. I got dumped, or she dumped me. That means she broke up with me, she left me, she stopped seeing me. And then he said, that's so cold, that's so cold. That doesn't mean cold temperature-wise. That means that's cold mean, hey, that's a very bad thing to do. That's not a nice thing to do to somebody. That's so cold. That's not nice. That's very bad. So again, my girlfriend dumped me for another guy. Hey, she left me for somebody else. That's so cold. That's a very bad thing to do. You feel me? You agree? Do you understand what I'm saying? The next example sentence is kind of like a more slang than anything. It's for sure, for sure. And it's really another way, instead of saying for sure, we say for sure, which means surely, or like certainly, surely or certainly. Here's an example sentence. I really need to talk to you. I'll call you tonight for sure. I'll call you tonight for sure. Like for sure, certainly, surely. I'm going to give you a call tonight. The next phrase is a bit much, a bit much. And that this really means like too much of something. For example, hey, wow, they charged me $10 for this hamburger. That's a bit much, don't you think? Wow, they charged me $10 for this hamburger. That's a bit much, don't you think? That's too much. That's too much money, don't you think? I mean, like, don't you agree with me? Think I'm right? The next expression is to go overboard, to go overboard. And this means like to spend too much money on something, to act kind of extravagantly, or to do something excessively or with excess. For example, they went overboard on the party. I think they spent over $10,000. They went overboard on the party. I think they spent $10,000. That means, boy, they spent way too much money, more than they should have on the party. They went overboard. They just did too much in excess. And the last phrase is cut it out. Cut it out. And this doesn't mean like to use scissors and to say cut this piece of paper. No. Cut it out means to stop it, or stop doing something. And this is very common. A mother will say this to her children or to her child. Instead of saying stop doing that, she'll say cut it out. Cut it out, like stop. Here's an example sentence. And a mother, this is very typical and common here in the United States. She'll say, I told you to cut it out. Don't let me have to tell you again, or you'll see what you're going to get. I told you to cut it out. Hey, stop doing that. Don't let me have to tell you again. Like, don't let me have to repeat it or say it again, or you'll see what you're going to get, or you'll see what you're going to get. That means you're probably going to get a whipping, we say, or a spanking. A whipping or a spanking, like corporal punishment is the politically correct words for that. So whipping or a spanking. My mother used to say that. Do that again and you'll see what you're going to get. You're like, hey, what am I going to get? Some candy or what? No, but we knew what it meant. We knew that we were going to be in more trouble or big trouble if we continued and if we didn't cut it out. So those are the phrases I wanted to go over today. It's kind of a quick lesson, but these are, I think, very, not say important, but very common expressions that we use all the time. People use day to day in speaking English. So hopefully you found this interesting and you learned something. So let me know in the comments, have you heard any of these expressions before? If not, let me know which ones. And again, do you have any expressions like this or similar expressions in your country or in your language? Let me know. Hey, drop them in the comments below. Excuse me, I have something in my throat. That's another expression for you. I have something in my throat. Not literally, but it's when somebody his voice sounds a little bit strange. They may have to clear their throat or to cough. We say, I have something in my throat. So that's another expression for you. So again, do the 3 things and help me out and help this channel so that I can continue bringing you videos like this. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and 3, tell your friends about it. Well, that's it for now. Hey, have a good week, wherever you are in this world, and we'll talk to you later on Learn Everyday English. See you later. Ciao. Hey, goodbye.